ago, but here we are. So I joined rugby on a complete whim. I was bored the summer before my freshman year. I was clicking around on websites and stumbled across the DWRC, thanks Mel, the goofiest pictures of this team. Everyone was smiling. I was like, oh, that's cool. I sent my first blitz ever. And a month later, I was wandering around campus trying to find Fairchild. Then I was in the back of the senior's truck. And then I was and I was surrounded by all these women I didn't know. And the sun was just setting, and you can picture it. I had no idea what was going on. And then there was a lasagna. Everyone was telling their stories from the summer, and I couldn't figure out, are these their names? Are these their nicknames? Who are these women? And then Rocky. And you know, I as we were driving back to campus, I had that wonderful feeling of, you know, how did I get here? Which in the next couple weeks of preseason was replaced by what the hell am I doing here? I got in the way of the 9-10 pass. I dropped the jumper. I'm sorry, Rosa. I threw the ball forward way too many times and was so inexperienced at lifting that when I got to try out our amazing facilities at Florin, I couldn't sit down for 3 days after squatting. Coupling that with the remnants of the traditional Mad Dog chug-offs and some singing led to a very interesting freshman fall. But while it may have been a random whim that brought me to rugby, the incredible program that I joined was not at all by chance, but rather, as we've heard all of tonight, it was a tremendous effort of all the players who've come before me, led resolutely by Deb. Over the past 30 years, Deb has pulled together support from the athletic department, club sports, parents, random fans, grandmothers who yell, "Be careful!" from the sidelines, the men's team, USA Rugby, and of course the alums. So it's no surprise to me that this chandelier tent is filled. So we've heard a lot tonight about all the fights that Deb and the DWRC have fought throughout the years to bring rugby to the forefront, and that even though we've achieved a lot, it never stopped in the 4 years that I was here. Deb continued to push rugby to great success as it gained traction across the nation. Specifically with our 7th season, thank you for never giving up on us forwards. As we learned all the drills and the rules, thank you for taking us to Las Vegas. And really, this is a pinnacle of defining 7th and 15th seasons, not only for Dartmouth, for the Ivy League, but also across the nation. And it was really incredible to win the first official Ivy League Sevens tournament. But Deb doesn't just care about Dartmouth rugby. In fact, she's been pushing for high school rugby in a lot of the time we've been here, whether it be hosting teams here to play, or having clinics, or having us participate in the Dartmouth National Women's Sports Day. So this might be why we've been chasing around your children all night. We even did a rookie rugby course where we learned how to teach drills to little kids, which is the coolest thing. And you applied diligence so much to the way you treated all your players. It's really hard to say how much you supported us, because you've supported so many of us so often in so many different ways. And for that, Coach, we really can't thank you enough. Thank you for the meals. Understanding of our late nights, academic or otherwise. Your performances on bus karaoke. For giving us confidence in our strength and our bodies. For giving us tours. Thank you for Scotland. For giving us our best friends and our family and our home. For your love and your tenaciousness and your commitment to do what's right, even if it's not what's easy. And I think the ultimate example of this, this unending dedication, was this past year with the transition to the varsity label. It was a grueling process, and throughout the entire thing, Deb tirelessly and selflessly pushed this to become a reality, and it did. So it was your legacy that stepped onto the field today, and out of your clubhouse, and it is your spirit and support that will keep the DWRC going on.
potatoes. I now have the honor to reintroduce a woman that really needs no introduction. DWRC. Tonight we have heard memory after memory recalling the efforts and contributions that you've made to this storied club and each of its members. You have been the glue and oftentimes the cement that has bound us together, generation after generation. So few people in a lifetime will be able to say that they have dedicated themselves to something so unconditionally and wholly in the way that you have dedicated yourself to the success of the DWRC. You built a program that allowed and encouraged young women to learn the virtues of selfless, tireless, and unconditional physical and mental work in the name of a team. Because that's what rugby is. It is always the team's success over the individual's success that is of utmost importance. And I think that you knew this from day one. I'm not ashamed to admit that I did a Google search of you before I wrote this. And I came across a passage that Kathy Riley Gross, 85, wrote a few years ago when summarizing you during her days with you as a teammate. What she wrote was this: DWRC, the future legendary coach of the DWRC, was a strong, steady leader in the scrum who always kept things moving forward. These words could not be more accurate of you as a player, a coach, or a person, Deb. Always moving us forward, even in spite of great obstacles. As we stand on the eve of a new era for the program, it is only appropriate to look back and see the strong foundation that tomorrow's success will be built upon. In honor of your tireless efforts to always move this program forward and create successful teams, the DWRC alums would like to introduce the DWRC 85 Award. This award will go yearly to the athlete that, like Deb, has made the greatest contribution to the team. And on a lighter note, we also got you some whiskey. But don't worry, it's just a box. There's no liquor on campus. As well as two engraved whiskey glasses. Can't drink whiskey without a proper glass. From Simon & Pierce. One says, bikinis small, heels tall. She says she wants to win. And the other is to Coach Deb with love, DWRC. That is on behalf of every alum in this room.
Okay, I know everyone's freezing. I could talk all night, as you all know, but I do have some thank yous. I had other things I wanted to say, but I'm going to let us get into the warm clubhouse, and we can talk more all night if you want. First of all, I'm going to pat myself on the back because I couldn't have picked two better MCs for the evening. Please give these guys a huge round of applause. They're awesome, awesome, awesome. And all of you who got up and spoke tonight, so I have this table of friends and my family, and I know all of you, and you all know what rugby players, Dartmouth women's rugby players are like, but from the outside world, I don't think they could ever understand unless they saw every single one of the rugby players in this room is an absolute character. I mean, there's no question, right? So that is one of the things that kept me going all these years. It's just so funny to watch, to hear these people. And the older ones are a little more polished. And the younger ones are a little closer because we've just, we have trouble staying away, like separating, and we're still like, oh, I love you, Brock. Oh, I love you. So I have some thank yous. I want to get to it so that we can get on with things, and I also have an introduction that I'm very excited about. So, I can't read my writing at all. The first set of introductions is to is to Harry Sheehy, the athletic director at Dartmouth, and Bob Sepikis, the deputy athletic director, and Wendy Bordeaux, our senior associate athletic director for rugby, and Joanne Brislin, if she's still here. She might have had to go. Oh, Joanne, our, absolute, uber club sports director turned senior associate athletic director for recreational sports. All of these very highly qualified people and have taken their time and effort and moving boxes for us and, oh, we'll put your car over, doing all these things that we usually do ourselves to create this event, and they've been like really incredible in helping with the transition and making this night incredibly spectacular. So I can't say enough to you guys for all the help that you've given me and the girls that were planning this committee and to making this happen. And George, I'm sorry, I almost forgot George, who is doing an incredible job with the marketing and just is there, does whatever he needs to do to get the job done. So thank you guys so much. Did I leave anybody out? And I know that you'll support the team moving forward because I know Wendy, who's our administrator in particular, is super excited about the team and is super excited about the possibilities of learning more and more about rugby and making it like the incredible team that it already is great, but she's going to keep working on it. So the second person that I need to thank, and I really can't read my writing. Oh, it's not a person, it's people, the originals. We would not be here without them. I can't tell you how much I admire you. Now you know that I really didn't enjoy my time at Dartmouth. I can't imagine what it would have been like for me to be there when you were there. But I'm so glad that you all paved the way for us. And also, Given was the only rugby coach that I have ever had. I just started coaching. I had an injury that I had to stop playing when I graduated, and he gave me the courage to go to UCLA and coach all these women that were much older than me and much scarier than me. So I don't know that his sense of humor and his patience with us and his willingness to really just take anybody where they were and go from there was amazing, and it really colored my perception of, and I felt like I was at home because I played very competitive sports, and it was the great combination of competition and acceptance. So, thank you. The third group of people I want to thank, and there's only a representative group of them here tonight, are the parents of the players over all of these years. Tonight we have Skip Battle here with Emily, who is a captain at 05, and Skip's a 66. And has become one of my dear friends over the years because he's just like the most incredible example of a supportive parent that I've ever come across, and I've come across a lot of them. And he just is, a supportive Dartmouth alum, and I just can't say enough about. I feel like Skip's been almost my mentor at different times, including last night when he was helping me figure out how I was going to survive today. And then George McDavid was an incredible rugby player here. He and his wife are here today. You guys, I think you've already stood up. I was hoping they would come, but I didn't want to, invite them so they feel like they have to come. And I was so impressed that they were here. Megan graduated in 2010. She's one of our captains, Eagle. And Mike graduated last year, one of the nicest rugby boys I've ever had the pleasure to know. And he knows. And Guy, of course. And there's a couple other parents here. Dottie and Kevin, who have also become incredibly close friends and are incredibly inspirational to me every time I talk to them.